Good evening. Good evening. This is Somerville Producers Group. My name is Susan Allen, and I am the host of All Things Vocal. And tonight I have a wonderful guest. Yes, you.
Wow.
His name is Michael.
Not just an ordinary guest.
No, he's wonderful.
Wow.
His name is Michael Coran. And tonight we are going to go through some of his poetry, and we're going to turn it from prosody into song. So, Michael.
Want to tell our audience what prosody is?
Prosody is the rhythm and melody of any language, not just English. It's the rhythm and melody of any language. And it's important to know that because sometimes in Spanish, we were just talking about that, weren't we? In Spanish, translation gets lost sometimes.
Because they have so much music, whereas English is more challenging.
English is definitely. Speak to that, Michael.
Well, I'm learning to sing, thanks to you. Much thanks to you. I have learned the secret of singing through my days. And the secret, thanks to you, is first to dance, because we're always dancing. We're moving. Now, even now, it looks stationary, but we're having this really exciting dance between us. I hope it communicates to the audience who can join us. Even if you're sitting, we're really moving. Our breath moves us. And if our words come from the movement, then they're more song. They're not, I am going to now, that would be from my head. But if the words come from our body moving, we can be singing, discover that we're singing and dancing all the time.
That's beautifully put. I don't know that I could have said it better.
You helped teach me, though.
You know, I wonder who's the teacher here. But truly, we both have a love for self-expression, that's for sure. And so, Michael, you have some poems here, and they're also songs. Would you like to start with one of them? Let's get right into it.
Yeah, I'm going to sing one, and then we're going to see what a wonderful, you'll sing it once, and you'll help me sing it better. So we will discover, in case you miss it, what a wonderful singer Susan is, Susan Allen, and what a wonderful teacher, which is a rare combination. Okay, so this is a poem I wrote to encourage me not to run away from love, which I am an expert at.
Do you want to tell a little bit of history about it?
Well, if I could call the 22 girlfriends I had that I have run away from, they would be able to articulate it even better than I. They thought, they thought I was leaving after 5 months. I was just bearing it. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. It was so hard, I can do it. And then I said, made the finish line, and they thought I was, abandoning, and they didn't realize what a struggle it was to make it through 5 months. So finally, at the advanced age of around 60, when you're supposed to subtract after 50 each year, so I could say at 40, finally I realized, because I'm really brilliant, that it might not have anything to do with them, that it was so hard. It might have, hard to believe, something to do about me. Yes, who would have guessed? I mean, it was so clear they were there and it was hard. So I wrote this poem song to encourage myself to change my ways and not run away.
And I might add something about that. And I might love to say that Michael's poems are about life, about his life, and about learning, and about love, and about dance, the dance of life. And as you see here, we have a beautiful book, a poem for every day of the year.
It's called Verse to Better. In case
And
you
it's
missed it.
called Verse to Better. So without delay, we're on center. I wonder if someone could close the door.
Apparently. Oh, your wish? You see, this is the power of Susan Allen has now been revealed to the Boston, Somerville, and Cambridge audience.
So we're on center camera, and it's all yours, Michael.
Oh, so I'm going to, this is a before and after show. I'm going to sing this as best as I can as I wrote it, and then we're going to see magic, artistic magic before your eyes. One, how Susan sings it, and two, how she teaches me to sing it even better. I'll sing it to you, my dear beloved friend. Stay with love's way. Don't run away. We'll be surprised before our eyes. We'll reach our dreams beyond our schemes, letting love's way show us the way.
Beautiful. Why do I say it's beautiful? It's beautiful, Michael. Thank you. You notice that Michael didn't have total breath control. But what he did have was he had the lyrics and he turned them into reality in song. So,
but tell me what did it mean I didn't have breath control?
So when I say he didn't have breath control, his vocal cords, his vocal folds, I mean if we're getting technical.
Oh, I remember this.
His vocal folds were not approximating together. They were not closing together. So there was a kind of a breathiness, which is fine.
Yeah.
It depends on how you're going to express. And if you get into too much technicality,
yes,
then you take away what's really in the heart.
Oh, but if I had sung, if I had breathed more deeply, that I might have been able to. I can't wait, because according to our format, I'm going to try again after you sing it. You're going to help me have breath control and sing it.
Stay with love's way. Stay with love's way. Don't run away. We'll be surprised before our eyes. We'll reach our dreams beyond our schemes, letting love's way show us the way.
Oh my.
So I have obviously, thank you. I've obviously practiced and practiced and practiced and spent thousands of dollars practicing and practicing and practicing on thousands of teachers. But one thing I do know is that either way that we function in this prosody to song, And what do I mean by prosody? Remember, I remembered the rhythm and the melody of a language. And this would be the language of the poem.
So even if I said it, there would be some prosody. So if I said, if I was just talking to you, or me, stay with love's way, don't run away, and there's some rhythm in that, yes?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what prosody is. It's the rhythm of the way that you
talk,
say.
yeah, in prose.
Yes, in prose.
Yes, the melody of prose would be a way to remember it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So could you say that again for me? And
I'm going to close my eyes a little bit to make it as real as I can. I think I'll say it. I think I'll say it to me now. Is that all right?
That's fine. Even better.
Stay with love's way. Don't run away. More. We'll be surprised before our eyes. We'll reach our dreams beyond our schemes, letting love's way show us the way.
Lot different.
Yep.
That was a lot different.
Yep.
What was different about that, Michael?
Well, I was really singing it to me, and that made it, I wasn't trying to sing it to anyone else. I mean, people were welcome to join, but I was making it more true to me.
So there was something really different about
Tears in
it.
my eyes, actually.
Yes. But there was something really different about what you did vocally.
I breathed this time.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
I was both, it's hard. I was both being honest and remembering to breathe, which is, either one of them is hard. And I was managed with your help and all of your singing help to do both.
If you, I'd like to try an experiment with you. And that is, I'd like to actually have you be absolutely aware of taking a breath in before you speak. And then saying the poem, and then singing the poem.
Okay.
Could you try that?
Yep. So I'm first going to...
And take your time as you breathe in.
Okay.
Just take your time.
Stay with love's way. Don't run away. We'll be surprised before our eyes. We'll reach our dreams beyond our schemes, letting love's way show us the way. Stay with love's way. Don't run away. We'll be surprised before our eyes will reach our dreams beyond our schemes, letting love's way show us the way.
Thank you. Thank you. So now you see that there's a little bit of difference between the in the singing. There's just a little bit of difference in what we call in singing support. And what ends up happening is that sometimes the prosody gets lost. And you and I have spoken about that before. That it sounds like there's just this pitch, there's just this tone going on that we're singing, but it doesn't mean anything.
That's the prosody getting lost or the truth getting lost?
Oh, the truth, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the truth.
Yes, I follow the mechanics and I lose the truth.
You follow the mechanics and you lose the truth.
Yes.
So what happened this last time, in my observation,
Yes.
was something like this. And then, if you don't mind, we'll move on from this,
Sure.
but I want to finish this.
Yes, thank you.
So, stay with, I could take a breath every single word.
Wow.
I really could, and I could not
Wow.
lose, I
Not
would
lose the
not
melody.
lose the truth
Or the melody, huh?
or the
It
melody.
wouldn't sound choppy.
Right.
Why doesn't it
And
sound choppy?
what I noticed with what's happening with what you're doing in the last recitation of the last song was that you didn't give yourself enough motive power, enough breath power to end the phrase.
I wanted to breathe, especially the last one, and I could have. I thought it would. I was afraid to. When I did Letting Love's Way, I wanted to take another breath before show us. And even now I want another breath. The way. Or even then it was too hard. Maybe after the and way.
So my thoughts are this, that I need to speak my truth about this. Singing is different than reading the poem. It just is. If you turn it into pitch, you will need a little more, what we call a little more breath motive.
And explain pitch to people who don't know what that means.
Pitch
Like
is,
me who forgot.
well, pitch is the tone in your voice that's reaching a certain height or a certain lower.
Stay with Love's Way is a different pitch than stay.
Exactly.
I understand.
It's a different tone.
And it's a note when you read it.
It's a note.
Yeah,
Yes,
but it's
exactly.
a different tone. Yeah.
Exactly.
So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da are different pitches, right?
Exactly.
Do. Yep.
Thank you. That's a great. I couldn't have said it better. If you understand where you're going with the phrase in your intention, in your mind, I'd love you to try it this way, and then we will move on. But I'd love you to try and think of stay with love's way. So in your mind, you hear that whole phrase.
In the first word?
Yes, I'll be very interested if you can think.
Ooh, and also have to remember to breathe. But I can breathe before each word now. Am I allowed? Is that it?
Yes, you can.
And to be honest at the same time, help me. See, I can follow, or maybe I should just forget the honesty and just do the mechanics.
Yeah, right now, I'd just like you to do
Yeah,
that.
we'll just do the mechanics. Okay, that's very helpful to sometimes do that. So what I'm doing is I'm hearing the whole phrase.
You're hearing it.
And taking a breath. Maybe we'll just do one, just hear the whole phrase, forget the breath. Yes, let's just do that.
Well, I have a feeling that you'll be very surprised that you will take the breath
Okay, well, I'll do
that
both.
you need.
So I have to hear stay with love's way when I say stay. I hear it in my mind, right? The whole phrase, is that it?
Mm-hmm. The whole.
Stay with love's way. It felt beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It felt very nice that I don't know how it sounded. Don't run away.
Yes.
I should go on, or is that enough?
Yes. No, go ahead. You're getting better.
So I hear will be surprised before I even say the will.
That's right.
Will be surprised. I love it because it does feel differently. It feels it's part of something, even though I'm doing it so slowly. The will feels part of the whole phrase to surprise.
Exactly.
Before our eyes will reach our dreams.
Once more, dreams.
Dreams beyond our schemes, letting love's way show us the
There it is.
way. That feels so nice.
So now you know some of those had the motive, the breath motive, and some of them were what I call not under the breath. So the vocal cords work like this. There has to be, here's the vocal cords, and there has to be something under them, which is the breath, to make them slap together. Because that's what they do. They slap together many, 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 many times in order to do what I'm doing. They just vibrate very, very fast. So if you don't have enough breath, or if the breath is not coming fully from your lower part, I call it the tire here. You take in just enough. You take in just enough breath, not too much and not too little. And usually, when you think of the phrase and you hear it, you hear it in the whole phrase in your ear, it takes some silent work. It is not always the easiest to be able to do this. But what happens is when you think of the phrase you obviously are on stage here,
Yeah.
on the TV studio,
Yeah.
and you want people to be able to know what you're saying, what you're speaking. Now, does it make any difference if in the beginning of what we started with to now, would it make any difference in the poem? What do you think?
I'm not sure I understand the question. You mean the meaning of the poem?
Yes.
Wow. It's a great question. I do not know.
Do you feel as if it's genuine, just as genuine now than it was in the very beginning?
No, I gave up genuine. In case you missed it, if you've been taken in, like some of our presidential candidates, I had abandoned genuine in order to learn technique. Right?
Exactly.
We'd agreed upon that.
Right.
So it felt very interesting, but less genuine, but in ways I don't understand. I guess, right, I don't know what the end of the sentence is going to... Oh, I heard the B now. I did know that. But often, I can see when I'm speaking, there is the future of the sentence in there. Who would have guessed? It's not just one word after another. It's just one... Sometimes they change, but sometimes the beginning to speak a sentence, right, I could hear it now. I know the end.
But that's my point is that that's why you study voice. That's why you study, and that's why you go to a coach, is because if you're perfectly satisfied with the way that you're presenting, and it's the truth.
I was until I met you. Now I have to breathe.
But if you're perfectly satisfied with that, it's fine. And you have a microphone. But if you don't have a microphone and you're in a situation where you need to speak up in order to be heard,
Yes.
in order to have this incredible self-expression. This is a beautiful poem. Beautiful, simple, sweet, loving, and
Until we asked why the person wrote the poem, because he was running
history
away his whole life. We know those people who say don't run away from. We know. I confessed originally.
So I wanted to get that across. Is that the reason that you do? Everybody sings, everybody speaks, everybody doesn't need a vocal teacher. But if you're going to do this all the time, and you find that there is some kind of feeling that you're not communicating, then you would want to study. And that's what you did. I remember when we first met, you said, I think I'm losing my voice.
Yes, and it's still here. A little hoarse, but here.
Yes. So let's move on. That was a beautiful.
We kept promising them we'd move on. Don't let the fact that we promise you something and don't do it, even though we're saying it's happening immediately, make you lose your trust in us.
Okay, so which one would you like to do next?
Well, we're about halfway through the show at least already.
We are.
Now we have a choice. I'll let you. We have one, which is simple like this, back to the earth. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll stick simple, and then the last one is much harder, airborne.
Okay, so February 2nd.
Yep.
Right. Fantastic.
And just a tiny little brief story. I was doing a sweat lodge on Native American ground in Connecticut, and it was very hot with stones, and I needed to go out. I didn't want to. you know, because other people weren't. And I needed to go out of the sweat lodge. And it was muddy there. And I felt embarrassed, ashamed a bit. And I crawled back in, full of mud. And when people left, I was still there with this wonderful person who was guiding us. And I sang her this song and felt that because she was moved by the song, that I didn't have to be ashamed that I had left the sweat lodge. So,
Lovely story. Thank you for that, for the history of this. Fantastic. Thank you.
So I'm going to sing it again. That's how we're doing this. I'm going to sing it first, and you're going to help me.
You'll sing it.
But now I might remember to breathe and do it slowly. And even think of, we'll see if I can think of the end of it. Okay, February. I think I know it though. It's called Back to the Garden. And because of you, I even know when I'm saying back to the garden, it has a certain prosody to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It has a certain rhythm.
God is found in the ground, so let's flirt with our dirt. Till we're weeds spreading seeds, loving earth, giving birth. Well, I know.
No,
Wow.
it's good.
Thank you.
I mean, you're saying no, no, no. But the thing is, we have all the breath in the world until we don't have it.
Wow, but I got a little scared. I'm going to be braver and take all the breath I need, as long as it takes. I used to sing this very differently. I used to sing it once without all the technique.
Yeah, with all the technique.
Without it, I forget it all.
Yeah.
Back to the garden.
Yeah.
God is found in the ground, so let's flirt with our dirt till we're weeds spreading seeds, loving earth, giving birth.
So you don't need a voice teacher.
No, but I was thinking of the things you taught me. I was, without doing technique too much, I was thinking of the end of the sentence, and some part of me was thinking of taking a breath. So it was different than I used to sing it, but that was more how I sang it when I was in the sweat lodge.
Well, you know, I was thinking about that because when I look at this, I feel like there's a bounciness to it.
Yep.
God is found in the ground, so let's flirt in the dirt, you know? And I felt that. So the second time that you did it is wonderful.
I think I was even flirting with her in the sweat lodge. She was married, but it was. Yeah, but we promised. We have to fulfill our promises. We promised that Susan is going to sing this now.
God is found in the ground, so let's flirt with our dirt till we're weeds spreading seeds, loving earth, giving birth.
Wow. Thank you for so many possibilities to sing this now.
I don't know. This is back to the garden.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of things, but it feels very bouncy
Thank
to
you
me.
so much. Oh, that gave me so many possibilities. Shall we move on to another one?
Yeah.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
This I wrote to my beloved first wife.
Airborne.
Airborne. I'm not sure she appreciates it. When I told this to my brother, my dear beloved brother, he, when there's a phrase in here, I am you, you are me. He said, why don't you just be yourself, Mike?
Airborne. Here it is.
This is the day before her birthday.
Oh, this is
September
beautiful.
25th.
This is very simple.
Oh, this is hard to sing. And this is, I think, true. I hope it's true. What was I thinking? But we're gonna start this with, I'll just sing it the way I was singing it, although you've said so many things slipped them into my psyche.
Yeah, just go ahead, Michael.
I am here with you now. You are here with me now. I am you. You are me. When that's true, we both see that all nights bring our morns, and we die to be born. Loving you who love me. Being true, we are free.
Thank you. Thank you. How did that feel?
Well, I think, at least to me, which I'm not a good judge, I feel like crying. So that's, and I was, trying to present this on television, but it still brings tears to my eyes. It's a little audacious, telling my beloved first wife, who loved me, telling her that. I don't know if she'd appreciate it, but I think that all of these poems become true for me.
Mm-hmm.
They're like prayers. I think it's truer. I think I can begin to feel what it's like to be her. I am you, you are me. I think so the words pointed toward a way to be that I wasn't yet, even though I thought I was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's very, all these poems are very inward. They're very inner.
Oh.
And I'm not so sure that they lend themselves to anything but a feeling of connecting with that inner part. So you don't want to sing this like a Broadway musical, right?
I don't think I did I? No.
No, you did not. And that's...
I am here with you now. You are here with me now. I am you and you are me. When that's true, we are free.
Yeah, it kind of takes it away from the
It
inner.
has its own charm.
And I'm not even sure that this actually belongs in a song.
Wow.
I'm serious about that.
Wow.
I mean, it's so...
She's a tough music teacher. No. You spend hours learning how to sing, days writing it, and she says, I'm not so sure this should be sung.
Yeah, no, I mean, really, yeah. I mean, speak this. Speak, talk to us about it. When I say that, I mean, speak it.
Okay. Airborne.
No technique.
Okay.
No technique.
I am here with you now. You are here with me now. I am you. You are me. When that's true, we both see all our nights bring our morns. And we die to be born. Loving you. Who love me. When that's true, we are free. Well, that was fun. Touching too. Still tears again and again.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to say that maybe all of that technique was only to come back to the prosody that you gave right now. You didn't lose anything.
I understand, yes.
But you gained
yes. Yep.
some kind of what I call strength.
Melody of the prose.
Yeah.
That's prosody, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we could now. We have a little time, I think. Time
Yeah.
flies when we're having
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, yes.
So we could take a hard one now because you've taught us so much. We can do August 13th, my mother's day that she died. If you would you.
Yeah.
This is a hard one because this is not a song now, and we'll see what you can do with it. We've worked on it before. Is this work? Do you want to try this or
this
not?
is a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a very
Yeah.
hard one,
Yeah.
but Somerville deserves. They can handle the challenge.
Very difficult.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
difficult
Yeah.
poem. I just very briefly to say it, when my mother died, August 13th, 2000, I have a very wonderful dance teacher, Patrick Crowley, and he comes to my home every week, and I'm always, however wounded I am, when he leaves, I feel better. It makes me move and express my feelings in my body, not just with words. And he had me take a pillow and hit it, and hit it, and hit it, because I was angry. My mother died. I kept telling him, Patrick, this isn't working, it's not working. And he left when the hour was up. For the first time ever, I think, with him, or one of the first times, I didn't feel better after he left. And then I put a bowl. I put a bowl in a pot and took a hammer and crashed the bowl. And then I felt better. And that's what inspired this poem.
Oh, I see that. Do you know this by heart?
Maybe, almost, but not quite. I'm going to sing it. Sing it? Gee.
Are you going to sing it? I don't know if this I don't know if this again lends itself to singing, but this is a
I won't start. I would be I'm going to. It's called "I Will Cause Breath to Enter Bones" by Ezekiel. I'll do it your way. The song.
And what is the history about breath and bones with Ezekiel?
Ezekiel saw some ground where dead bones were lying, and he heard or said that I will cause breath to enter bones, and I think the bones come alive. The breath of life comes. It's in some ways a resurrection.
So it's biblical.
Energy, yes. Oh, this is Ezekiel as a prophet, yes.
It's biblical, yeah.
So when we feel depressed, dead, breathing, you know that better than I, that breathing can help enter the bones, right? Cause breath to enter bones.
Well, I know this from a song. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. And the little will run by love, and the big will run by the love of God. Wheel within a wheel, Ezekiel saw the wheel.
That's beautiful. That is a hard act to follow. Wow. Well, I'm not gonna. I'll do what you've taught me.
Okay.
We've worked on trying to make this a song, but no technique, right? We're just gonna.
Yeah. No. That is. Let me just say this: studying technique, you don't bring it on stage with you.
Oh.
Studying the technique means that you bolster your body, you bolster your instrument. This is your whole instrument, your body, everything that you have here. This is like your megaphone, from your vocal cords. It's like a triangle. Here's your vocal cords, and it's like a triangle that goes this way. So you have this megaphone effect. This is your instrument. But this is also your instrument, which you need to power the megaphone, which is from here all the way down to here in your torso. And sometimes with opera singing, you need a full tank of breath. But with poetry, with jazz singing, with all of that, you don't need that much. You just need enough. You need enough. And so that's what I'm trying to get across tonight to Michael. He just needs enough. You just need enough to make it happen.
Okay, I don't know, I'm a little confused. I'm gonna just read this and try to forget technique.
Thanks.
It's after this whole hour of technique, it's like, don't think of the white elephant.
Just do it the way you did it.
Yes. Well, this will be very challenging to not think of technique. I want no one in the audience to be thinking of anything we've talked about so far.
But you've done your work.
Yes.
Just think about it that way. You've done your work.
Yes,
Now
good
it's
luck.
time.
Good luck. Easy for you to say. I don't think I'll try as best I can. So I'm going to get into the feeling of it. That I better. Oh my Lord. This is for Mother's Day coming up. I've little memory of Mother hitting me with painful ecstasy. Numb in body and mind, I crack glass when you're gone. Imagine breaking bones, moving us to scream, moan, sensing cold marrow freeze. You to breathe, me to breathe.
So I have to tell you that that was great, and you probably didn't even notice that it was more supported. It was more supported.
No, I was somewhat aware, a little bit, yes.
Yeah.
I lied about technique. I paid it. It's hard to not pay any attention, but just a little bit.
Freeze her to breathe.
Yeah, the breathe didn't have enough.
Breathe.
Yes, and I didn't have enough support for my last word, breathe.
I'm not so sure that you're right about that, but I'm not so sure, that you carried the day. You carried the day.
This is challenging, folks. We may never speak again. So all of Somerville will be, Mahatma Gandhi had a silent day, every week, every day of the week, one day of the week. We might be, Wednesday might be silent day in Somerville because we're thinking of all of these things. And that might be a very beautiful day. It's known as Susan Allen Day.
Yeah, I thank you so much for coming on, Michael. This was great. I hope we discovered a few things.
A lot.
I love your poetry.
Yep.
I just adore it. I have to tell you that sometimes I think that it belongs as spoken poetry.
You converted me.
Yeah.
You converted me, yes.
Some of this does not belong in song.
But it helps. It helped to try to make it song.
And we're almost at the end of the show.
Time flies when you're learning technique.
So I want to ask you what you feel happened tonight. What did you discover?
My mind and body is actually blown. I love it. How's that for deep thought? I am beyond thought. I have entered a new zone. They say of Bill Russell, he knew at times when he was in the zone where with the offense, the team he was defending against, where all the players were going to move. But if he mentioned it to anyone on his team, it vanished immediately.
Oh.
So Somerville saw what happened. I would have trouble putting it into words. It was such a gift from you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be with you tonight. I hope you enjoyed this evening and learned something.
I hope you guys can bear this love fest. I hope you can. I hope.
Thank you, Michael.
I hope it's not too much for Somerville.
Thank you. This is Somerville Producers Group. My name is Susan Allen. This is Michael Coran, and we thank you for joining us. All things vocal.
Yum.
Good night, and thank you.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good
That
for
was
us.
a good show.